Hello everybody and welcome to CSC 214, Introduction to Java Programming. This is a purely online course. My name is Larry Schoeneman and I'll be your instructor. So what's this course about? This course is all about learning the basics of the Java programming language. This isn't enough to make you the end-all be-all Java programmer, but it's enough to get you started so you can go exploring on your own. Java is a great language for programmers. In many ways, it's superior to other languages like C++ for learning because it's clean and tightly object-oriented, and it's a much smaller and more concise language. So who am I and why do I get to teach this course? My name is Larry Schoeneman, as I said earlier, and I've been teaching at Harper for 3 years now, and before that at College of Lake County for 3 or 4 years. I also teach at Northern Illinois University's Harper Extension Program. Now, this isn't my real job, so to speak, or full-time job. I currently work as the Director of Engineering for a medical wellness firm in Chicago. I also do hire a lot of my students as interns or full-time programmers, so work hard. I will say that at my company, we do not use Java, we use C#, which is a cousin to Java. They're very, very... So let's talk a bit about how this course works. Basically, there are 17 or 18. First 15 build on each other, so you can't really miss them. All assignments will be handed in using REPL.it, which is something you can look at another video about that I have. Similarly, the due dates are published on the syllabus, and you have a 3-day grace period, but if you go beyond that, it quickly plummets to 0. There are no tests because it's a summer class, and I want you guys to focus on programming because this course is about coding. As for meetings, there will be an optional meeting on Monday nights from 5 to 6 on Blackboard Collaborate. You don't have to attend. It's not a lecture period. It's where you can come to ask questions. However, one thing I've noticed in the past is a lot of people don't bother to show up for it. If you don't, then eventually what I'll stop doing is stop holding the hour, and then if you need to meet with me, you can feel free to send me an email, and I would be more than happy to send up something to meet with you. Let's talk about what the course is going to actually be about. The course is going to cover the following topics: programming basics and backgrounds, what is programming, etc. Now, you should have already taken CSC 121, so you should have a grounding in programming and be familiar with objects and classes. This is very similar to what you've learned in other CSC. We're going to talk about the fundamental building blocks of a program: built-in types, flow control, its statements, while statements. We'll go on to talk about sets of data, arrays, how to deal with data in various forms. We'll go on to talk about class design. We know what a class is, but we have to make good ones. You can't just make everything a class. You can't just make one big class. You have to structure them appropriately, and we'll talk about that. Inheritance and polymorphism are two of the big parts of object-oriented programming. We'll talk about those as well. We're going to talk about input-output handling and exceptions. What happens when things go bad, and they will. How do we write to files and read from files as well as the console? How about searching and sorting? Then, if we have time, we're going to touch on the introduction to analysis of algorithms and data structures. These are advanced topics. I actually teach the data structures class at Northern, and we'll touch on them, but probably not go into that much detail. Another thing we might talk about, if we have time, is generics. I may need to move these ahead of data structures because they're a really useful tool. So from here, it's time to go on and get started with the class. So be sure to check out the forums for any questions your fellow students may have answered. Otherwise, tackle the learning modules. Feel free to ask me for help. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you.